does not love receiving a pedicure? I get it, some of you don't like actually giving pedicures, but most people love receiving one. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick, just a easy before and after with polish application pedicure. Hope you enjoy it. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do when we are working with an aesthetic pedicure is I'm going to use my Poto Expert foot and shoe deodorant. This is gonna kill a majority of the pathogens. And then I'm gonna jump right into my pedicure. I can see that she has a little bit of overgrown cuticle right here on the toenail. So I will not be taking my pusher and pushing that back. Since I'm using a waterless approach, what I don't wanna do is push back the skin so then I have this big old lip. What I'd rather do is I'm going to take my long and lean bit at 10,000 RPMs in the forward direction. And instead of pushing back that skin, I'm just going to keep my bit parallel and use the abrasive particles to retrace. Okay, since we're also going to be doing a gel application today, I'm going to use this bit, the long and lean, at 10,000 RPMs, and I'm just going to go ahead and prep her toenail. Just gonna remove that shine. So I'm actually reducing my RPMs now that I have gotten that sticky cuticle off. I tend to like working on the toes on a slower RPMs just to be diabetic friendly. And I do more of a pushing into the proximal fold. So I do a few more strokes, but I'm using that diamond on the tip of my bit and I'm pushing it into the proximal fold. So I'm in the forward direction at 5,000 RPMs. And I'm not digging into my client's toenails. I am just simply pushing into that proximal fold and then just walking down her nail as I'm roughing it up for that gel polish application. All right here. Now, if all of her toenails had that overgrown cuticle, I would have kept my RPMs at 10,000. But since it was only on the great toe, I then have just reduced my RPMs to make sure that I don't overfile. Just like that. Very, very gentle. If you're finding that you have to do multiple passes, you could increase your RPMs, but always just err on the side of caution and make sure you're parallel. I'm now gonna put my e-file in reverse and go the opposite direction. It's just opening up that skin so that I'm exposing more of the toenail. So I'm not going to get into this area because I'm working with a flat top. I'd rather grab my unicorn or my micro taper to allow me to get into those hard to reach areas. If I have a flat top, it's hard to put it into a little crevice. So that's just when you flip out your bits. I can't say when you're doing an aesthetics pedicure how many bits you should or should not be doing. That's what's so nice about dry manicuring is it's really customizable to what your client needs. I'm going to spend more time on the toenails if my client doesn't have a lot of work to be done on the heels. Whereas if my client has, deep fissures or has some other cracks, then I'm going to make sure I allot my time to really be able to focus on her heels as well as her toes. Now, just so we can see, I'm just going to spray some alcohol here along with my nylon brush, so I'm always working towards my client. Wonderful. Okay, now I'm just going to take my unicorn bit and get into some of these lateral folds a little easier. So we're at 10,000 RPMs and I am using the unicorn bit. I really like this bit for when my clients have some discomfort right here at the free edge. So I always, with my pedicures, what do? My little hug. So I always ask my client, how does this feel?
Feels good.
Good. See, that's just a way of quickly knowing, is my client feeling any of that involution? And that's going to start a whole different conversation. So I can tell her feet don't show any signs of that. If she did, this is when I would be taking my unicorn bit and actually, I'm going to turn my e-file off because my client doesn't need it. That's actually when I would be taking this unicorn bit and dragging it through her lateral fold. Doing this would allow me to actually start to reduce some of that thickness in her nail, relieving that pressure that's poking into her tissue. Because she does not have any pain, I don't want to do that. I don't want to thin it out, but I do want to roll back some of the skin just to create a more beautified look. Is beautified a word? Beautiful. All right, gonna keep on moving along. Always leaving your bit parallel, okay? When we start getting up and being like, ooh, I want to get this piece, what we just do is we start to actually carve into the nail plate. That is not what we're trying to accomplish. When people say that drills or e-files are bad, e-files are not bad. Now, they can be improperly used, and that is when angles, RPMs, and the quality of your tools. Okay, so right now, I just took a moment to increase my RPMs. This is really common with just the skin that grows up around the pinky toe. Instead of doing multiple passes, speed is your friend. So just turn up your RPM. So I just went from 10 to 14. If that's not enough, increase it more, but stay parallel. This is really where I'm going to clean up in that lateral fold. Now, some people will also want to use the micro taper. I like the unicorn for this because I have a nice point, but it's also not too small where I feel like I'm going to pierce my client. I want to be very, very cautious when working with my clients, especially on the feet because diabetes. The last thing I want to do is accidentally nick any of my clients, but I especially want to make sure I don't with a diabetic. Look how much more this has opened up from being able to take two different bits and working in that forward and reverse. That way it's pulling back the skin and not just squishing it back down. That's what we're trying to accomplish. So if you're doing an express dry pedi and your service is about 45 minutes, that's when I recommend just working in one direction, either working in forward and reverse. It just takes more time when you're using the tools in forward and reverse. The longer the service, that's when you're going to spend more time doing this meticulous work. Okay, but that's why it's really important to understand where your time is being spent. Are we spending more time on the toenails? Are we doing just a whole foot care experience where we're pretty much going to just divide our time between the gel polish as well as doing or spending more time doing the callus exfoliation? So I didn't need water. I also didn't need to use any type of cuticle nippers as well. Now, right here where I have some buildup, if that's totally bothering you, you're welcome to do that as well. But always err on the side of caution. So let's go ahead and jump into cutting her toenails. I'm taking the Boss Lady toenail cutters, and again, little baby bites. I would normally have my finger right there on top of the nail, that way it doesn't shoot me in the face. But since I want you guys to see me cutting, I'm not going to hold it right there. You're just going to follow it straight across. So I usually like to ask my client how short they like their toenails.
Like a medium length, medium to short.
Medium to short, a nice healthy length. I personally love giving them and receiving them, but I know my model today felt so good after she left. Tell me, what is your favorite part about doing pedicures? For more content like this, go ahead, like and subscribe.